felt like Castaneda was the more active fighter. It felt like Castaneda was the guy that was getting the work done.
Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to fight.
John Sexy Mexi Castaneda!
The UFC Light Heavyweight Championship belt is in fact headed to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Anything's possible. Hard work, dedication, accountability. Don't let nobody tell you nothing.
Jamahal Sweet Dream Hill!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered.
Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier.
I'm made for a fucking podcast. That's dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Huge card, 295 on Saturday night. We're going to be joined by one of the winners, John Castaneda, who won his fight, a great decision on the early prelims. And also we have, former UFC light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill joining us. I'm really interested to find out what he thought of the card. And Matt, I was out away for work, so I had to watch on my phone, which was really annoying. Before we bring in John, there's so much to cover. I want to ask you right away, Matt, what did you think of the stoppage, Procházka against Pereira?
I at first thought it was a little premature. It could have went another second or two.
Sure.
That dude was still moving. I just look at the ponytail. I see if that antenna that's sticking up, if that thing's still going back and forth. He was moving, but the ref had the best view, and you heard Jiří say that Marc Goddard was right. So he's, he's making a big deal about it. So I don't think anyone else should. By the way, I'm wearing a green shirt. It was my green screen. Is this fucking everything up? Look at this.
No, my brilliant Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Serra. I can read it fine.
Oh, it does. It does it. What does it look? What color?
It's like darker, like black.
Oh, all right, as long as this is not fucking.
No.
But all right, what else? I mean,
he was okay with it.
A rough night for the Serra-Longo team.
Yeah, well, Nazim pulled out a draw, which I thought was a great call.
And Nazim also got a $50K bonus.
Yeah, so that was an unbelievable fight. Great fight. And I thought draw was the right. I didn't want to see either one of those guys lose that fight. So yeah, I was kind of happy. Yeah, Matt Frivola had a rough night against Benoit Saint Denis. And were you there, Matt? You were there or no?
No, I was not there. You know what
okay.
I was doing? I was at my wife's 40th birthday party. It was over a month ago, but we just had something at my buddy Bobby Russo has the Garden Social in East Meadow. We're both, East Meadow guys. I know him since we're little kids. Bobby Russo. Hey, anybody here see Bobby Russo?
I don't know him.
You don't know where that's from? That's from Out for Justice, but I don't think. You give me thumbs up because you like my reference, the Out for Justice.
And we have a guest. I like your story, but
Bobby Russo from the Garden Social. That's where I had my wife's birthday party. Oh, we have a guest?
Yeah, he beat Kyung Ho Kang in a really good Kong, I guess. Sorry, a unanimous decision. Really, really good fight on the early prelims. So let's bring him in. I hate to make our guest wait.
Please do, Jimmy.
There he is. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good. Where are you now? What kind of a place are you in there? You having lunch?
I am I'm still in Times Square. I'm still in New York here, and I'm just at a cafe. Getting a little coffee there. Yeah.
Now, where are you living now? Oh.
I live in Minnesota, okay. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yes, sir.
Is it your first time in New York?
This is my second time in New York, Matt. Yeah, I fought. I want to say on the very first card after it got legalized in 2017, I was fighting for a different promotion, and I fought in upstate New York about 6 years ago, Verona.
All right, upstate New York is, that could be some hillbilly shit. What do you think about Manhattan? John, hey, John, nice to meet you. What do you think about Manhattan? And congrats on your fight, by the way. Congrats. That was
funny. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. No, absolutely. So Manhattan is I think it's awesome. I think it's super cool, especially because I've been to Verona and upstate, so it's definitely like day and night in comparison, but it's New York City, Manhattan. It's all beautiful. It's my first time here, so I'm just soaking it all in.
Now, it's Monday and you're still there. So I like that when guys give themselves an extra couple days. How long do you plan on staying?
I'm probably going to head out on Thursday morning. So I don't have my flight return just yet, but I'm probably going to stay a couple days and just enjoy the city a little bit, take some R&R, and head back on Thursday probably.
That's nice.
It feels so good after a win, doesn't it, John? It's a bit like you'd be right now moping around the city and eating a hot dog on the corner. You'd be a little depressed. Now you got your endorphins are running. You're on cloud 9. You just won at MSG. How does that feel at MSG? I mean, everybody. That's like the modern day Coliseum, man. That's fight history there.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you nailed it right on the head. I probably honestly would have already been home if I hadn't won. So I would have been like, I don't want to be here. I want to get my ass home. So sorry. Yes. No, I think fighting at Madison Square Garden was absolutely surreal. And, not only that, fighting at the highest level at Madison Square Garden is just, it's on another level. Obviously when we first start this sport, it's one thing to get into the UFC, but it's another thing fighting at like the big venues like Madison Square Garden, so it was definitely a dream come true, and getting a win in there was absolutely incredible. It was electric. And
did you have like 4 Apex fights in a row before this?
Yeah. Yep. So I made my debut in Abu Dhabi during the pandemic. So it was also like it was very limited in terms of crowd, and then 4 fights at the Apex. Yep. So this will be my first fight out of the Apex here in a little bit.
So how did you find out that they had switched this from, I think this was in November, this was supposed to take place. Am I crazy to say the 18th? I don't remember the exact date. Am I right? It was supposed to take place in November?
Yes, sir. Yes, I was supposed to fight next weekend here on November 18th. I don't know the logistics behind why they offered us the 1 week in advance, but I jumped all over the opportunity. Absolutely. And at the time, John Jones was still headlining the card. So I looked at it as, not only do I get to fight on a John Jones card, but I get to fight at Madison Square Garden. Right. So I kind of hit two of my goals, in one little swing of a bat. So obviously the John Jones fight fell through, but still fighting at the Garden was a dream of its own.
I was going to say, what's it like growing up in Minnesota? What's that like?
So growing up wrestling, it's tough. Midwest wrestling is great. I say it's like the best wrestling in the country, but that's maybe I'm biased. It's kind of like you described upstate Verona, upstate New York, Matt. It's kind of like that. I can only assume it's kind of like that. Very much so like hillbilly and country, especially depending on what part of Minnesota you grew up in. And I grew up in a very country town, so it's a lot of farmers, a lot of parties out in the country, out in the barns and stuff like that. So it was a very white dominant community as well. So, I was always getting in fights, getting picked on left and right, and it kind of made me and molded me into the guy that I am. So.
And when you come to a place like New York, do you have a bunch of stuff that you want to do? Like, are you going to see like the Freedom Tower or Statue of Liberty, or like just shit that you want to do, or how are you handling it?
There's a couple different things, that I wanted to do. So I went and saw my family came and watched my fight here at MSG. So they actually just left this morning. But yesterday we got a chance to see the Empire State Building. We were up on there. We were going to go to the Statue of Liberty, but we were actually advised not to because of some protests apparently going on right now at the Statue of Liberty. And so we didn't really pay too much mind into it. But we're just, walking around and taking in the city and honestly just kind of hanging around Times Square a lot and predominantly. So, the energy out here is definitely cool. And it's, just kind of trying to feel the vibe out here.
Yeah, the Empire State Building is more exciting. Did you go up into that? Did you just go to the observation deck, or how high did you go?
I went to the 82nd and the 102nd. So at first we went up to the 82nd, then the top floor was like the highest floor that you can go to. So I went to the 102nd floor. And
that's the walled in. It's a glass wall, and it's in the spire. It's actually really, really great for photos. There is one level higher there, which I've never been to. It's the 103rd floor. It's right above that little landing, but it's outside, and it has a low, like a waist or chest high barricade, and that's it. I've never been up there though.
I didn't think that was even an option, but honestly, I don't think I would have done it either because I'm not scared of heights, but that would have been a little bit too much for me, I think.
that's got to be the highest building you've ever been in there, right? If you've never been.
100%. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah. And it's even when I was on the 82nd floor, I was already kind of I was already like, wow, this is really high up there. So to get on the 102nd floor is pretty cool.
It's strange how when there's things so close, you don't want to do them, but when you in other words, there's probably people in Paris that never been to the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Right.
Like I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. I never been to the fucking Empire States. I just don't give a shit. But it's because I know it's always right there. I don't know.
Sure. Matt, but you're in Jersey, right?
No, I'm in Long Island. Jimmy's from Jersey. That little freak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in New York now, though.
So how far is Long Island from New York?
By train, I'm over there within 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
At nighttime with no traffic, you could be home in 35 minutes.
Got it. Yeah. So I had kind of a big team come out. So we actually shared, instead of staying at the host hotel for the fighters, we stayed at an Airbnb, and we stayed in North Bergen in New Jersey. So that's
nice.
So we kind of got to explore a little bit of everything, a little Jersey, a little New York, and hopefully we'll explore the rest of it here in the next couple of days.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Hey, John, well, what do you like to do when you're not training? Something unrelated with MMA. Tell us about your hobbies or guilty pleasures. Talk to us.
Yeah, so I live in Minnesota. I like to stay, obviously outside of training, there's really not much I do besides hang out with my family. My family lives about 45 minutes from me, so I like to hang out with my grandparents as much as I can. Family I think is really, really important to me, and the older I get, the closer I get to my family. So I like to hang out with my family a lot. My grandparents, my aunts and uncles, they all live in Minnesota. I kind of like to tell myself that I'm raising a little farm at home, so I don't have any kids or anything like that, but me and my girlfriend, we have 3 cats and 2 dogs, and a couple fish. You know what I mean? So I got a house full of a lot of animals.
how do those animals get along? Not the fish. I'm sure they don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah,
but how
fish
do
are easy.
Animals? You don't have to talk to them. But how do the cats and dogs get along and everything?
They get along well, honestly. So I think my oldest cat is 13 years old, so she's kind of like taught the newer cats how to act and behave. And same thing with my eldest dog. She's about 8 years old. So we just got a puppy maybe no more than like 6-7 months ago. So my oldest dog is kind of showing her the ropes and obviously showing her that cats and dogs can get along. And so it's all good. It's all very, very high functioning family. We all get along, and it's all one little farm at home. So it's nice. That's really all I do. I train all day long, hang out with my family, and hang out with my dogs and animals. So.
Now, is your girlfriend with you or no?
She is. Yep. She's sitting right next to me.
So who's watching the animals?
So right now her sister is actually house sitting our house right now. With just our cats, and my mom has my two dogs at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a couple of dogs growing up, and like when my mother would come home, they would just hound her. When you come home now from this trip, is it going to be like Ace Ventura with all the fucking animals? How do they act when you come home? Do the cats don't give a shit, or do they? I know the dogs probably get excited.
The cats absolutely do not give a shit at all. They honestly probably won't even notice that I was gone, but my dogs will probably faint by the, my dog is super, super attached to me, especially my eldest dog. I've had her since she was 6 months old. So as soon as I get home, she'll be crying, whimpering, rolling on the ground, and, and the other one will follow suit. So yeah, it's a nice feeling, coming home and hanging out with your family and your little farm. So
that's nice. Yeah.
I got a question. Now you can't be on the fence with this. Cat person? Dog person. You gotta be one or the other a little bit more. I know 100%. You might be, I'm an animal person. No, you have to be. Jimmy's a bird person. No, Jimmy, like Jimmy, put him up. Listen, talk to me. What do you like better?
100%. You have to be one or two. You can't be both. And I am definitely a dog person. And I think that I 100%. I think that, like I even just kind of touched base on it a little bit ago. When I get home, I doubt my cats will even notice that I'm there. You know what I mean? And I love them to death, but there's a difference. As soon as I get home, it's that unconditional love from a dog, the man's best friend, right? So I'm definitely a dog person. My first animal was a dog, so absolutely over anything. I'm a dog person.
Love dogs.
And you very respectfully called out Adrian Yanez. Have you heard anything back or no?
No, nothing quite yet. But it was a very, very much so like respectful call out. I know he actually just got bumped out of the rankings, and he's on a couple fight skid. You know what I mean? So I think coming from, trying to put myself in his perspective, in his shoes, I would think that he would want to fight somebody that he thinks he can beat, somebody who's not in the rankings, somebody who's coming up, trying to earn their spot in the rankings. And I think that, if I was him, I would want to fight like this, coming out for two straight losses. So I haven't heard back anything, but I'm hoping and I'm praying that I get that fight. I just think that, stylistically, I'm a nightmare for him. He's a small 35er. To be honest, I'm surprised he's not a 25er. And like I said, he's got good boxing, but other than that, I feel like stylistically, he really has nothing for me. And I know MMA math, and you guys know this. MMA math doesn't mean shit, at all, whatsoever. If it did, we could just avoid a lot of these fights, right? But there's something to say about me having a dominant win over somebody that he's lost to. So I don't know if he'll take the fight or not, but who knows? I'm hoping.
You say stylistically, it is a very exciting fight on paper. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So shit. I like that.
Well, look, man, congratulate you. Great fight. Really exciting fight. You definitely earned the win. And congrats on getting a fight at the Garden. It's just a huge platform for you. So I can't wait to see who you fight next. And I hope that Adrian Yanez is the guy. If not, I'm sure they'll match you up with somebody really good.
I hope so too. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the kind words. Absolutely.
All right, we will definitely talk to you again, John. Thank you so much, buddy.
Enjoy New York, man. Get some
fun.
I will. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, buddy. Have a great time in New York.
All right, brother. Thank you guys.
Take care.
Jimmy, we make a lot of new friends.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's a nice guy, and that's a great fight. Him and Adrian Yanez is a great fight.
You're not a bird person, Jimmy. I'm not a bully, and when I mean bird, I mean like a cute little bird, like a little Woodstock, like.
You don't mean like an ugly little peckish crow?
No, I don't mean like you're a little, like that. Jimmy.
By the way, Matt, I'm going to interrupt you because you did pick so many fights right that I picked wrong. Which was, you really were. You picked Pereira. I also thought Pavlovich, I love Aspinall, but I thought Pavlovich, I said he just hits too hard. And he did get a hold of him in one shot. He hit him early, and I was like, oh boy, Tom's in trouble. I never saw Tom knocking him out that quickly. So congrats to Tom Aspinall, just a very dangerous guy. And I think Stipe has to fight him next. I think Stipe has to fight Aspinall.
Well, I want Stipe to fight John Jones when he gets better. And I think that Dana even said that. Clearly, they deserve that fight.
He does.
But listen, Tom Aspinall, I love the whole thing with his father and this and that. He's been on the show before. He's a sweetheart guy.
Great guy.
And he knew it's even more scary leading up to it that he was banged up, more than usual. I don't know if you heard about that. He was really banged up for that fight. And to be honest, I know I picked him to win, but I thought it was going to be a submission. I thought he's going to, because he has very good jiu-jitsu as well. So I thought he was going to add in that, but he didn't need to, man. He was fast. He was accurate. And he was devastating. That was phenomenal. Yeah. And also, so congrats to Tom Aspinall. Aspinall, Tom Aspinall, Jimmy. Na. Jimmy.
Now listen.
Tom Aspinall, Tom Aspinall.
When will John Jones return? Because I know that Dana said Stipe's got that fight. Oh, June of 2024. All right. I mean,
no, you're still going. I'm not going to be ignored.
So, you know what? This actually looked up something wrong.
Maybe I will be ignored.
No. I'm trying to find when will John Jones return, and it brought up a different result. Is it going to be in?
While you're looking at that, let me see.
Can you check for us, please, Jake? I'm curious because That you never know with a tear like that. They're saying mid 2024. So Stipe has to wait all that time. I guess he could get a fight before then. I mean, I guess he wants, that's the big fight, but
with Tom Aspinall.
I mean, that's an exciting fucking fight, man.
Yeah. They sing it. You know, the English, they love to sing. They do, Jimmy. I got that in me, like from them. John out for around 8 months, they think. Okay. They give little chants and they have little, they put your name into things. The Irish do it. They all love to do that. You know who doesn't love to do it? That little guy.
I do not enjoy singing at all.
You might just not enjoy my singing. And that's,
well, I mean, that's a great way to phrase it.
That's also a given.
Congrats to Jessica Andrade, by the way, does not drop her fourth in the row. Very dominant over Mackenzie Dern. And Mackenzie, as great as she is, I mean, that's proving to be a really difficult thing for her. Almost like Ronda had that. You watched her in the stand-up, and at one point it seemed like she was almost flailing the way Ronda did against Amanda Nunes.
It wasn't awful where she was landing, but it didn't seem as. It seemed a little frantic.
Frantic.
It seemed like she kept worrying about the return, and when you worry about the return's going to come there. Like, in other words. One time I heard Tony Robbins talking about, and this is a weird analogy, like if you concentrate, like sometimes you'll see like somebody spins out of control in a car and on a lonely road with only one tree in sight, and they hit that tree because they're like, oh no, I can't hit that tree. And then it brings them to that tree, in other words. You know what I mean? So like, in other words, like, oh no, I'm going to throw a strike, but I know she's going to punch me back with the right hand, the counter right. I know it's so like you manifest and you it's almost like you're predicting you're going to get hit by it. I don't know if that's not the right word. I might be explaining this well.
No, manifesting is right. I don't know how much stock I put in that. Like maybe you just hit the tree. Maybe you're only panicking about the tree because you're on your way right into it. Maybe. So I don't know if you're manifesting that or you're just acknowledging this fucking tree is headed my way quickly and I better do something.
Yeah. I mean, in other words, you're so focused on that's what's going to end up happening. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of concentrating on what you're doing and doing the right mechanics, being technically sound where your chin is out of sight, the chin was coming up too much, But look, she got rid of her striking coach. I don't want to attack her. I don't, know what's going on.
No, not at all. When did she get rid of him?
I mean, Jason Perillo, I don't know if she got rid of him, but she's just not working with Jason Perillo.
Oh, I see.
So Jason Perillo's always been her striking coach. And it's not like she can't throw punches or have power. Andrade, though, some people could just take it. You know what I mean? Like, and when they can take it, you got to have a plan B. And there's sometimes she was striking to a takedown, but Andrade just had the answers for it. Like one time she hit right into a hip throw in the beginning, but it was a little bit too high, and Andrade is good at getting to her feet.
Yeah.
It is crazy how Blanchfield just went right through her, though. Aaron
Blanchfield.
Think about that. I was talking about that with Longo. And Longo goes, Blanchfield, because they do have similar goals. They use Longo. They have similar goals of striking their way in and getting it down. But Blanchfield was more crisp standing up, and she timed her takedowns better, and maybe straight up better wrestling, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I'm not done with as far as I'm not giving up on that Mackenzie Dern. I think she's going to be back.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have to fine tune some shit.
She does. Yeah, the striking. Look, at times on the highest levels and with those top fighters, whatever, if there is like a little Achilles for you, they find it. I mean, and they find it and they exploit it. There's just but then again, Pereira, the ground is not his strength. And he wound up getting out of, he was down. He got up at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
Wound up, and Jiří looked great in that second round. He was winning that second round. He looked really good. Well, and then
when we were gone, we had Coach Cruz on here. That was, he's one of the trainers for Alex Pereira, and he hangs out with fucking Glover Teixeira. It's not like he doesn't know jiu-jitsu.
No, he's good.
Down before in other fights, he's good. He's good enough to defend and get back up. But I'll tell you, Jiří, for as long as it lasted, it was a great fight. Like he's very calculated, and Jiří has that. He has that style where he's very just aggressive, and he'll take a punch and almost like he gets powered up by it. So if he would have survived that again, I thought it was maybe a little premature, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And he did find himself on his back with Alex on top of him. So
he caught a lot of elbows, Matt, and I watched that again, and there was like 12 or 13 unanswered shots to the side of the head as he was kind of clinched up going down. And they were heavy punches and really, really good elbows. So even if he was still around, there's no way he was not very, very damaged. And his leg was fucked up. Like, you know me, Matt, I love a good leg kick. And he got taken down it was in the first few seconds, the first minute. He got dropped with a leg kick. So Alex had that going the entire fight. He was really beating the shit out of his leg.
Jimmy, right now, see, last night I had to run out because my oldest kid, Angelina, she wanted to bake something. So I had to take her to the Stop and Shop.
To get what? Cake batter? Bake?
She got a few things, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story, I went there and I was a little hungry. And sometimes I reminisce of my childhood and I go down certain aisles and I go, oh, I remember this as a kid. So what I got was a couple of my favorite frozen pizzas.
Yeah, isn't it nice that as an adult, do you ever just do it because you're an adult and no one can tell you not to? Like your wife can tell you, but by the time you get home, you already got it, so.
No, she's not. She's all for it. So pick 2 frozen pizzas. I got 2 of my favorite frozen pizzas. Right now, my wife's making some right now. It'll be done by 3:00 when we're done.
I'll tell you what I like. I bet I know what you like.
Are you being serious? Just a serious business.
Yes.
Not that serious at all. It's the opposite of serious. But go ahead. Tell me. Your favorite frozen pizza. Is that what you're talking about?
I like with wheatgrass, and then I like with lots of pineapple.
Ew. But you know what's funny about that? And when you started saying it, I thought about it. I saw Joe Rogan and Elon Musk eat pineapple and sardines on their shit. Yeah. I was going to vomit. I'm like, oh my God. After hearing Elon Musk talk on Joe Rogan about fighting Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
My money's on Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But Elon Musk, don't get me wrong. I am not I'm not battling that guy on anything.
They're not fighting.
But in a fight, when he's talking about fighting, it's fucking kind of funny. Yeah, he's like Hoist Gracie. I think Joe's being very respectful because he knows the guy's a genius on everything but fighting. Because when he's talking about fighting, he sounds almost just like a silly white belt. It's funny because he's basically I think he thinks just because he's bigger and stronger that he'll just beat the shit out of Zuckerberg. And
what's wrong with being a silly white belt?
No, well, that's you in a nutshell. That is you. Jimmy, when he talks about, well, with Hoist Gracie couldn't arm lock, he was basically talking about chemo because his arm was too strong than his arm. So he had to get an inverted arm lock. He didn't say inverted. He said an upside down arm lock. Dude, I didn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's going to Zuckerberg's going to crush him in less than 2 minutes.
What's that?
Zuckerberg is going to fucking submit him in less than 2 minutes.
I think the way he's training with David Camarillo, and he's a smart guy, so he's taken to jiu-jitsu. I think Elon Musk is talking like he'll just fat on him and elbow him in the face. He'll just do something. Or he said any rule set. So if it's a grappling match, I think you'll get killed. If it's a fight, I think you'll get killed too. Because the thing is this, he's theming all these different things he trained in, and he also mentioned street fighting. So I don't know how many fucking back alleys Elon Musk's been in, but it's the opposite of him talking about building a tunnel system on the LA.
Zuckerberg is going to fake. He's going to fucking grab his leg, take him down, and submit him.
Even if it's up on bottom, he could take his back. He's training. So unless he's not made of glass, imagine he just fights the guy, he punches him once he's done. But from hearing him talk, my money's on the Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, because he's talking like a guy that never actually rolled in jiu-jitsu, even though I heard he took judo.
All right, we have a great we have Jamahal Hill waiting.
I know we got Jamahal Hill, and I know he's about to come in, but
he's in the waiting room.
You don't want to know about. Are we keeping everybody in suspense, and we're gonna not let them know about what pizza that I like? Or the frozen?
Oh, I'm gonna guess pepperoni.
No, we're talking about the frozen. All right, we'll talk after.
All right, I'm curious. Hey, Jamal.
What up, Jamal? Do you hear us?
There he is. How you doing? Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. All that music. Hold on. We go outside.
Okay. And just so you know, Jimmy, I got Stouffer's and I got Elio's.
Oh, the brand you were talking about.
Yes,
Okay.
I got the brand. So right now, my wife's making Elio's pizza, and I'm going to feel like I'm a little kid after this.
Yeah.
Eat it. I mean, eat it all because I deserve it.
You certainly do. Yeah, you should enjoy it.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Now, Jamal is walking for a better reception, I think. Too.
Yes. Yes. That's why I'm still talking about my pizza.
Yeah, I understand. Because his reception, right now we're looking at a frozen NFL. There he goes. Yeah, a little better.
Where is he?
I am not sure.
Oh, he's at the Apex.
Okay.
Oh, we could have done it from a room at the Apex. They could have hooked you up.
Now, Jamal, how is your Achilles healing up, and how do you feel you're progressing?
This reception is not good. Is this reception good?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not.
It's shit.
You know,
I think it's a steamy pile of shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear me, Jamal. How is your Achilles?
Nah, dude, telling you, it's not working.
Jake, have him redo it. Maybe give him a reboot.
No, the Achilles is good.
You feel better?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. When you ruptured it, did you immediately?
It's healing up. It's getting strong.
Awesome. When you ruptured your Achilles, did you immediately know what it was?
You can't hear us for shit.
So, Jake, please, if you could, buddy, I know it's not your fault, but
and especially if you're at the Apex, they could hook him up with a room there.
Yeah, take him out and then put him back in. Maybe sometimes a new connection will help. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I'm not confident about this. I like that.
You hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, shit.
Okay, we'll try it. You were at the Garden for Procházka Pereira?
I was.
And what were your feelings, and how did you think that was going to go?
I felt like it went how I thought it was going to go. I thought Alex would come in and get it done, chopping at the legs early, find a lot of success there, and eventually catch him. Be able to put him on the back foot and catch him. Instead, he caught him coming in.
Yeah, I thought Procházka looked pretty good considering he had that long layup. And that second round, he looked, obviously, until he got caught, he looked great. And I thought he was at least, trying to stance switch and protect that leg a little bit. But how do you combat something like that, Jamal? When you got to fight a guy like Alex who you know is going to chop your legs, what do you have to do? Do you just check it early? Or what do you think is a good game plan for that?
You got to mix it in between checks. You got to control the footwork. You got to control the foot positioning. You got to control the angles. You got to control the distance.
And when you ruptured your Achilles, I've never had that injury. I know it's very, very painful. Did you immediately, as it happened, know this is what this is, or were you not sure?
No, I actually walked around for 2 days. I was walking around like I went to the International Fight Week fights. Went out to the club, the whole video with me and Izzy dancing and all that. My Achilles was ruptured then. I just didn't know it was a rupture.
Oh, wow. So you were in discomfort, but you didn't know how serious it was.
Yeah, because like usually for some people, whenever you rupture your Achilles, your foot kind of just gives and it goes. Motions like that, so it was a little
it's different. Like a robot.
We can't hear him. Yeah.
No, we heard robot talk.
Yeah, Jamal, you're chopping in and out. We had you for a second. You started to say it caves in, and then we lost everything after that.
It usually kind of gives, and your foot kind of it's kind of stuck, pointing in a downward position from the tendon snapping, but. Mine, I had full range of motion with my foot still and still able to walk. So
Alex Pereira.
I was shocked whenever I was.
So now it's going to be you and Alex Pereira. Why are people sleeping on you? What the fuck is their problem?
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe I need to be European with an accent or something.
I mean, you're beating everybody's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody standing up. Nobody's done shit to you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it, bro. Like people like they act like it's like a video game or something, right? Like, oh, I got this badge and that badge. If I achieve this badge and that badge, that means that this guy just isn't on my level, which is the dumbest shit ever. You know, which is a belief I truly don't feel Alex holds, because if he does, it'll be an even easier fight for me than I already think it's going to be.
When I heard Jiří saying that I believe he said that your style was simple style, right? Is that what I'm reading here? What the fuck does that mean? What do you think he meant by that?
Man, hey, that didn't know something. My style is simple, simply better than his, simply more effective than.
It's out of the park with that. I like that a lot.
Now, do you have an ETA?
Something that you should worry about more than.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, Jamal. Yeah. Do you have an ETA as to a return?
He didn't hear you.
No, I heard him.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm looking for the most part. I'm looking to be back in training camp by January. Hopefully, we can get back by the second quarter, May or June.
Okay. That'll be, and it'll be obviously you and Alex. And I'm sure you didn't really have any preference as to who won. I mean, when you're champion, you can't really start worrying about who you're gonna have to fight.
At first, no, I didn't have a preference. But then after being there and then seeing something that was glaringly and painfully obvious to me is how big of a star that Alex is. You know, I don't know if I didn't really realize it before, but now I definitely fully see it now. Like the way the crowd responded to him, the way the people responded to him, he is a star. So that's what I want.
Yeah, he's two championship wins in 11 fights. Pretty amazing. What do you think is his best attribute as a fighter? What do you think it is that makes him so able to beat guys of different styles? Or what do you think is his most dangerous attribute?
He's got confidence, but also he's got that don't give a fuck aspect of fuck it, we gonna see. Some people get scared of like, oh, what if this happened? What if that happens? And things like that. Alex don't give a shit. He's gonna come in. You know what I mean? He's gonna come in and throw. He's gonna come in and hit you, and that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be in your face the whole time, and you know he's something to deal with.
Now Jimmy. I'm sorry. You're watching him now. We've seen him fight enough. Now I'm sure you've been, looking.
I've been to 4 of his last 5 fights live.
Well, there you go. All right, You're keeping a close eye. Or is there things that are glaring where you're like, yo, I know I could take advantage of that? And I'm not asking what it is. Is there certain things you're like, look, these guys aren't doing A, B, and C that I would be doing?
Yeah, that's what let me know. Like the people that are hating and all that, saying all this crazy shit, like they don't pay attention to the game. They don't look inside the details, because the details are definitely there. That he is wide open. You know, I'm talking like seeing this last fight, actually seeing it mixed with what I've seen now, what I've gone confident and knowing about his game. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Okay. I fucking listen.
No, it's no disrespect to Alex. It's just it's just me owning who and what I am. And I know I'm that good. I know I'm that great. You know, and it's time for me to show it to everybody. And I'm happy I get to show it against somebody like an Alex. I get to go in and I will make it look easy.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but it's great that you're looking at getting back into camp in January. You're walking around and you're feeling what is the process? Like you have to walk around really healthy for a month before you can start training again, or what is the process from when it's actually healed to when you can start training?
No, it's just getting the right motion and getting back to and getting the right numbers as far as strength goes and things like that. I got we're gonna do some tests this week to see what my numbers are as far as strength wise. And yeah, bro, it's just the motion. I got to get back to running, get back to, you know what I mean, things like that.
Hey,
right.
Now isn't as important. Some might argue that. I think it's pretty important. Do you still play video games? I know you did at one point.
Yeah. I've been playing. I've really got to it now recently. Yeah.
You do or you don't? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I do. I've gotten back to it a lot more recently.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Did you mess around Did you mess around with the VR yet?
The VR, yeah, I got a VR headset.
Yeah? You like it or no?
Yeah, I like it.
Get Population 1. We'll squat up.
You said, what's it called?
Population 1. It's
What's
a
that?
shooter. It might remind some kids of Fortnite. I don't play that shit. That's for kids.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, oh, it's so much fun. Jimmy, I'm losing you on this.
Yes, yeah, but if whatever.
Like to squat up.
Jimmy,
shit like that gives Jimmy headaches.
No,
Yeah,
I used to play when I was a kid, but not anymore. I can't do the VR, dude. It makes me very nauseous. I tried the fighting once. I almost
Gives him
puked.
headaches. Make
Yeah.
him a little dizzy.
It does make me a little dizzy.
Jimmy.
Yes,
It's
it
okay,
does.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, take some dramas.
I'm a gentle boy. I need nice, gentle video games. I can't do that rough shit.
Yeah, well, listen. It's fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I went on the VR thing. You know, you ever went to the little little activity area where they like fucking bounce you, like 30 feet in the air in the VR, dude. That shit felt real. My stomach dropped, everything. That shit felt too real.
Yeah.
The activity area, is it called?
It's like a playground or something. It's in like the metaverse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Metaverse
okay.
got a lot of shit in there, Jimmy.
Yeah,
That's the future, bro. That's the future.
I play chess in VR. That's what I do. I just play chess, and then occasionally I go on that plank walk.
Fucking.
I lost everybody. All right.
They do they have like concerts. I think once they had like a Post Malone concert. He's like fucking 30-foot tall. Post Malone performing, and he had on a dress.
Oh, nice.
Jimmy, you should have started with the dress. Jimmy would have put in right away. So, Jamahal, are you getting a little stir crazy? Is there certain things you can do now? I mean, doing your push-ups? I mean, this must suck just not being able to.
I do SNC every day. I do SNC every day. I do strength and conditioning every day. I do physical therapy twice a day. So I'm actively doing things, you know. For the most part, people talk like a lot of it, like, oh, he looks big, he looks heavy. That's because I'm gaining a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just been a lot of lifting and things like that just to try to keep my body strong. And then starting to work with nutrition now, so we can start shaving it down and start figuring it to where we want it to be.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So I'm only gonna come back. I'm gonna come back healthy. I'm coming back better in every aspect.
hopefully it will be, like you said, in that second quarter. Would love to see you fighting, April, May, June, something like that. And come back on right before you fight, man. We'd love to see, see how you're doing right before you fight Alex. And it's a great fight. So I'm happy he won, and I'm happy I get to see you and him fight.
Everybody is.
Yeah, 100%. And it even ended with a little bit of controversy that I feel kind of saved Jiří's stock a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole
That's the way you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
So he comes out and whoever the next contender, maybe he gets the winner of Johnny Walker Magomed, you know what I mean, or something around that, and he smokes that guy. He's right back up there. We got that right back in.
Yeah.
How do you feel being the champion? I had the belt for a half a second and I lost it. But when you have it, you have that fucking bullseye on your back. You feel like you're naming all these guys, and when you're naming them, I'm thinking about you versus every one of them. I'm like, dude, every one of them could be a fight of the night. It's fucking crazy. The styles just from Johnny Walker to
I feel like I had a bullseye on my back.
How do you feel about it?
I didn't feel like I had a bullseye on my back.
You don't feel that?
I didn't feel like I had a bullseye on my back because whenever I was bullseye the title, whenever I was looking for the title and everything like that, I just shifted the bullseye now to everybody in the division. They're not hunting me. I don't do well being hunted. You know what I mean? I don't do well being hunted. So my thing was, you want the belt, now I'm hunting you. Anybody who whispered or said they wanted to be champion or believe they could be on that level of a champion, that's who I wanted. So now I'm at you. That's why you think you and me have so many cross paths and everything with so many people as far as, you know what I mean, online and stuff like that. Because I won't smoke with everybody.
Hey, did you realize what you just said? How fucking great that was? You're not being hunted. You're fucking hunting them. Jimmy, he's hunting them. He's fucking hunting them. I love it.
Yeah.
If I would have thought like that, maybe I would have defended my shit. I'm only kidding. But my thing is this. Hey, Jamahal Hill, that's the fucking most inspiring shit we heard all fucking podcast. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love it. You're the hunter. Fuck everybody. Sorry. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I don't look at things this way. We got the boys here. Yeah, you know. What's good, Matt?
It froze. I can't see who we're talking to.
I don't know who we're talking to.
It's Big Daddy.
Shit, is that Brendan Allen?
Yeah, it's Big Daddy. What's happening?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man.
Shit. You're fighting Paul Craig next week. What's up?
This week.
You're fighting Paul Craig.
Yo.
Right?
Yeah, man.
We're excited for your fight.
Thank you.
Listen, you're coming on next week. We're telling our producers. It keeps freezing, so I can't really see.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you. Keeps freezing up.
Yeah,
but
I'm on the Wi-Fi, bro. This is terrible. Huh?
I had cut off the Wi-Fi. My shit too.
You hear me?
Kind of. Yeah. It's in and out.
Yeah. Now you're back.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jamal, man.
We'll let you go, but look, when you're ready to fight again, we'd love to have you back. I'm glad to see you're in. Looks like you're healing fast, and hopefully you'll be back in camp in January.
Sweet dreams, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
You're the fucking hunter, bro.
Yeah, good talking to you, man, as always.
All right, brother. Let me see what y'all.
All right, take care, Jamal.
All right, Jamal. That was fun, man.
It's always hard with a bad connection, but
he gave that gem the mindset of a fucking warrior.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the bullseye on your back? Does he feel like he's being hunted? No, because he's the fucking hunter, Jimmy.
He's doing the hunting.
That got my nipples hard, not in a weird way.
No, I understand. In a way that's good for fighting. I know what you meant.
Yes, I like that shit. So, Jimmy, I'm going to go. What time is it now? Oh, in 10 minutes, I'm going to have some Elio's pizza.
Oh, that's very nice.
I deserve it. I taught 2 classes. You know what I taught today, Jimmy? Duck unders to strangles, to chokeholds. So I take the back. I first get a rear naked choke because the guy's flat totally. Then I do a duck under again from when they sprawl out on you. And I get them in turtle position. I did the traditional clock choke. And then, Jimmy, I went for a duck under. And I went to teach the traditional clock choke, but they're not letting me get it up too high. So then I did my Angelina Serra's favorite. I did the modified clock choke.
All right, well, good.
All right. Well, you're a jiu-jitsu guy, so I like to talk to you about
Sure.
All right. Jimmy, I almost had too much fun.
No, I didn't. I mean, I had a good amount of fun, but I would definitely not classify this as too much fun.
I don't agree with that at all. Jimmy, what else? Talk to me.
Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat doing my 1 hour every Wednesday, except for, I think the night before Thanksgiving I'm not doing, but hopefully I'll be doing them through December as well.
Jimmy, do you have your phone on you right now?
Yes, sir.
You just look at what I just sent you. Look at that picture.
I'd rather not.
Can you please?
I'm looking at it. I don't want to see it. Yeah, no, I know you in a little headset.
I'm wearing a gate. Do you know what headset that is? What that is? I'll put this up on the screen.
It's not Oculus. Is that Meta?
No. That's neither. That is Dread. Call Urban's Dread. That is the helmet from the movie Dread. My buddy, my black belt, Gordo. What a great guy, Gord. Yeah. Gord Cinco. What a good dude. He's half a hippie. But he has one of those things where he makes helmets and shit. And it is so fucking, he put foam in it, so it's tight to my head. Can I just plug something? It has nothing to do with me. It's on Netflix. It's called Dread, what we call Urban. It's on Netflix. I think you should watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to go back to that picture and smile.
All right,
Jimmy,
I will.
listen, Jimmy, don't think I'm weird. I just like to have fun.
I know you do. I don't think you're weird at all, actually.
Oh, and let me plug one more thing. On my Instagram, I want everybody to look on my Instagram, Matt Serra BJJ. Let me give a shout out to this guy because this guy's hysterical. It's JRR. What is it? No, that's JR. He did a cartoon of the story. Jimmy, you watch it after, you'll die.
Okay.
It's the story of the story that I told on the Joe Rogan podcast. And it's Joe Rogan. It's created by Paulie Toon. Paulie Toon does these little cartoons about Joe Rogan's experience. And he did the story about me talking about me having to use the bathroom, and then the Chrome Gracie's team was in there and I was stuck in a stall. He animated it. Holy shit, is it funny. I need you to watch that later, Jimmy.
Okay.
Paulie Toon, his name is. But man, he's good. All right, everybody. Jimmy, what else? You want to plug anything?
No, I'm good.
I feel like you're being distant now with me.
Not at all. I'm in a great mood.
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy, we talked about the fights.
Yeah.
You know, what else?
I'm good, buddy. I'm totally good. Think we covered it.
You're out. You're fucking. You clocked out. Literally, like I say.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I saw you grimacing and clinching.
I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, go watch my thing on there. Jimmy, love you. I'll see you in a couple days.
I love you too, pal. Goodbye.
Bye, buddy.